Hi guys, how are you all doing? We are doing great. ഇന്നത്തെ വീഡിയോ ഇസ് എ വെരി ഇൻഫോർമേറ്റീവ് വീഡിയോ. എനിക്ക് വന്നിരിക്കുന്ന DMസിൽ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ആൾക്കാർ ചോദിച്ചൊരു ചോദ്യമാണ് അബൌട്ട് സ്കോളർഷിപ്സ്. ആൻഡ് ടുഡേ ഐ എം ഹിയർ ടു സ്പീക്ക് അബൌട്ട് വൺ ഓഫ് ദ മോസ്റ്റ് ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻറ്റ് സ്കോളർഷിപ്സ് ഗിവൻ ബൈ UK ഗവൺമെൻറ്, ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ദ Chevening സ്കോളർഷിപ്പ്. ആൻഡ് എൻ്റെ കൂടെയുള്ളത് ഷീ ഈസ് മൈ ബാച്ച്മേറ്റ്. ഞങ്ങൾ ഒരുമിച്ചാണ് കോഴ്സ് പഠിക്കുന്നത്. സോ ഷീ ഈസ് എ Chevening സ്കോളർ. സോ അപ്പം ഞാൻ വിചാരിച്ചു ഞാൻ എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്യുന്നതിനേക്കാളും നല്ലത് ഇറ്റ് വുഡ് ബി ഗ്രേറ്റ് ഇഫ് ഷീ വുഡ് ബി എക്സ്പ്ലെയിനിങ് തിങ്സ് ആൻഡ് ലൈക്ക് യു ക്യാൻ ലേൺ ഫ്രം ദ മാസ്റ്റർ. സോ here presenting to you Pabolo. So I think I'll make her introduce herself. Okay.
Hello everyone. I feel very pleased to be invited to this channel because I've watched it and I thought I would be very scared, but I think I'm very calm to be here. My name is Pabolo. I am a veterinarian and animal doctor. I'm also an animal scientist. I learned veterinary medicine in Tanzania and animal science from my country, which is Lesotho. I love animals and I love people, but I love animals more.
So the first thing is, what is Chevening scholarship and what is it all about?
Okay, Chevening is a prestigious scholarship that is offered by the United Kingdom government through the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, the FCDO, which is located in London, England. So the scholarship is for people who want to study a master's degree from different countries. So
International students, basically.
International students for a 1-year full-time master's degree in the United Kingdom.
Okay.
And a lot of people apply for it, but only a few make it to the card. Like this year.
And she's one of them.
Thank God. So this year around over 65,000 people applied. And just 6,000 made it to the shortlist, which is the interviews, and then out of that around 1,700 were awarded the scholarship.
That's great. So it's a quite competitive.
Very competitive. Very competitive. It's a leadership scholarship, so you have to present yourself in a way that the adjudicators believe that you are a future leader. We have people who have applied for the scholarship before, who have graduated from their universities and they've become the presidents of their countries. They've attained positions in big alumni.
That's great.
Even when you are in the scholarship, you feel it that you are within leaders.
That's great. That's a great thing. It's so inspiring.
And I met one guy who's also a minister in his country, so it's quite a prestigious scholarship.
Oh wow, that's great. Okay. Second thing is, what are the benefits you get with the scholarship? Can you tell us about the benefits?
Also, the benefits are that first of all they'll pay your fees, so you don't
complete
have
tuition
fee. They pay it completely, but there's a certain portion that is paid by the scholarship, and there's another that is paid by the university. But at the end, everything is paid. But then it depends on which university you're going for. Like when you are looking for the courses, you will see that there's a tag where there's written Chevening partner. Those are the universities that have an agreement with the scholarship. So those ones have a certain portion, and then even with those ones that are not Chevening partner universities, you can still go, but then everything else will be paid by the scholarship.
Okay. So basically the complete tuition fees, right?
Complete tuition fees, travel fees, like to and fro, but at the beginning and the end. Not in between. If you want to go in between, it's on you. And then we also have travel allowance if you want to travel within the UK. There is a small portion that they give you to travel around. We also get an arrival allowance. When you get, maybe you might need winter clothes, because most people are coming from warm
countries, not like
regions, not like the UK. Especially if you're coming to Edinburgh. It's cold.
So there is arrival allowance as well as departure also, right?
There's also departure allowance, and I think there are other like waivers. You can get a waiver for attending certain events.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, a living, you get a stipend?
There is a stipend, but it differs. When you live in London, you get more. Then
Can
when
you tell us
stay-
how much? Because that would be.
Yeah, it differs year by year.
Yeah.
Depending
So your
on year, but now it has been adjusted because of inflation.
Yeah. Okay.
So when
okay.
you stay in London, it's around 1,580, and when you stay outside,
London?
it's 1,228 pounds. But then you are permitted to do volunteering. In fact, they encourage us to volunteer.
Like a part-time job, you can do a part-time job.
Yeah,
with them?
volunteering and work. If
Okay.
you wanna work, we are permitted 20 hours.
Okay.
And then if you want to volunteer, like you're also allowed that. And there's
Great,
actually
great.
an award for
Okay.
someone who's going to have more hours volunteering.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
there are many benefits. That we also have like social media
Like if
people
you,
who are given that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's great. So there is a travel allowance, there is a departure allowance, and a monthly stipend, and
Yeah.
anything else. Cost of, is the application fee counted? Visa application fee?
exactly. Yeah, even if you are coming from a country that requires you to apply for
The medical test?
to apply for the visa,
Uh-huh.
you don't pay for that. It's
Okay.
covered.
Also the TB test.
But then
is-
for the TB test, you will pay for
And
yourself, and then you'll be reimbursed. But they
Reimbursed.
don't reimburse everything. They just pay you 75 pounds. Yeah,
Okay.
like for me, I had to pay more than that.
Uh-huh.
But then the one that will be
reimbursed is just
yeah.
75, so that's the maximum reimbursement you
Yes,
get.
yes, yes.
Okay,
yes.
Thing is, what are the eligibility criteria? Tell us.
The requisites for applying for this, like I've mentioned, is that you must show leadership skills. You must have them with you. You should have like proven some way, whether in school, whether at work, whether in your community, whether through volunteering, but you should have leadership skills. So that's the first thing.
Yeah, okay.
And you must have a bachelor's degree
Okay. That
or
counts.
more. You can
Or
have a
more,
master. There are some
whatever.
people who are applying for the scholarship as a second master.
Yes,
So, yeah.
yes.
And also, you should have 2 years experience.
Minimum of, is it
Minimum. That's the minimum.
Minimum of 2
Yes.
years experience.
It can be through work, internship,
Volunteering?
and volunteering.
Great.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
But 2 years.
2 years, and also you must come from a country that is eligible for the scholarship.
Okay.
Yeah, there are
Eligible
other countries
countries.
that, yeah.
I'll just put a list of the countries.
But then everything is outlined perfectly in the website. Yes, you
Okay.
can check whether your country.
Yeah. India is eligible, guys.
Yeah, yeah. India is eligible.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's nice. So,
And my country, Lesotho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and anything else apart from the these things that you want to say?
And I think later on they're gonna require you to have an admission, which is
You mean the
unconditional. But
unconditional
then
offer
the
letter.
deadline is until like later
Like,
on, is after the
yeah,
interviews.
yeah.
But
Oh.
then I think it's much better for someone
you
to start
get it.
applying because you.
So it's
you
not
have some
necessary
people-
at the time of applying, right?
No, at the time of applying, you just say which school you're
School
gonna
you're
go
going
to,
to, yeah.
and then which course you
Yeah,
wish to apply
wish to
for.
apply.
But then you have to be very careful
Uh-huh.
to choose the universities that you think you are
Okay.
eligible to, because we have had some people, like now in my country this year, we had someone who lost the scholarship because he didn't have any admission, but he had the scholarship.
scholarship,
So he
okay.
just enlisted the universities without really
Okay.
checking the entry requirements. And then he lost the scholarship,
Okay,
which is
so-
quite unfortunate.
Yeah. So better
Yeah.
do it that way.
And-
Select the university and then your
Exactly.
course,
Yeah.
and if you are eligible, then you're fine to go.
Yeah, and you can have, like, you're permitted to enlist the universities that you want. The 3 universities.
3 universities.
that you enlist. The courses can be the same from different universities,
Okay.
or it can be different universities, totally different courses.
Totally different courses.
Or
It
it
need
can
not be the same course.
exactly, or one university and different courses. But
Courses.
then you have to prove it,
Prove
that,
it,
like, yeah, within your essays why
Yeah,
you did that.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, makes
and
sense.
also yeah, you have to make sure that you meet the requirements of the universities,
As
because
well,
some
yeah.
universities also require English.
Yeah, proficiency test.
English
IELTS.
proficiency.
Yeah.
Yes.
So basically, for Chevening, you don't require an
Yeah.
IELTS test, but
you just need the
yeah,
admission,
for
the
the
unconditional admission.
for the university.
And the unconditional admission offer might come with other requirements.
Yes, like paying the deposit.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So, what are the eligible courses that you want to say?
There are several courses from different disciplines. They're enlisted within the website. I don't think I'll be able to exhaust all of them.
No need. I think I'll
But
just
then-
put it up in the
Yeah.
video. I'll just
Yeah.
screenshot and put it up. Yeah.
But then the course must be 1 year.
Very important.
1 year, and it should be enlisted within the list. You should check out the list, and it should be full time.
Yeah.
It should be taught.
Okay.
Yes.
There is no PhD students who will be eligible, right?
No, for this one it's just for
Okay,
master's
so it's just
degree.
for taught masters. Yeah. Okay.
And there are other masters that may take longer or have like a very high tuition fee,
Fees.
like MBA. So you might have to have a look on that. And
Okay.
there might be an arrangement. There is an arrangement where you can top up if you don't want to compromise and choose something else that's
Okay.
already been
All right. So it's a full time, and so it should be a 1 year course, right?
1 year.
1 year course. So
Yes.
no
distance
online,
learning, no distance.
Okay, you have to be present here while you are doing the course. You have to be in the UK.
Yes, because the scholarship really promotes people to, learn and move around the UK, and enjoy. They want you to feel the country. Yeah, it's quite different when you study distance and when
Learning.
you're
Yeah,
here.
it's a different kind of experience.
Exactly.
Okay. So coming to the requirements, what all documents are required?
I think, as we've mentioned before, you need to have an unconditional offer, but then there's a later deadline, which is
so
around.
that is good.
Yeah, I think it will be next year for this cohort. It will be around 13th of July 2023. And then you need to provide your educational documents, whereby if you've already completed the degree, you need to present your certificate.
Yeah, degree certificates.
Yes, but then if you have a transcript, you can provide it. Usually, some people even have a partial transcript, but then have a letter of attestation to confirm that this person is eligible for graduation.
So,
so
it's better to start prior, because you'll have ample amount of time in your hand to do all this.
Exactly. So also they want your identity documents, like your passport, and later on they can also ask for references. That it also has a deadline.
Okay.
Yeah. So you need to provide
how many references?
Two references.
Two references, like a letter of recommendation.
Letter of recommendation, and they are like they've explained how
to write it.
Yes, what content should be in, and not the exact words.
Okay.
But they've said what content should be enclosed, and they're like how long the person has known you.
Yeah.
At what capacity.
So is it necessary that has to be academic, or it can be professional as well?
One, I would advise that one should be academic, and then the other one should be professional. But it should be someone who really knows. You don't just choose someone because they're in a high position. Like there's someone who chose the person who was the prime minister, but they didn't know them at that level.
Yes, personally.
And then later when he learned, like he was like, maybe my references weren't so good, even though I brought someone of a high profile. So Chevening doesn't care whether you're on the high table with the president of the universe. You need to explain the impact, and even when you explain on your essays, you need to say what was the impact. And then you have to also write the essays, even though it's not a document, but then they can ask you to like
a short biography on ourselves.
Yes, we do have a biography requirement, but it's until later on when they want maybe like they want to make a post about you on social media to say this is a certain person, she has this and she's going to this university. So it's way later.
But all this has to be ready, right?
You have to have them ready, but the essays are most important. The essays
Okay.
are the ones that take you to the interviews.
Okay, so coming to the essays, so in the application form there will be like 4 questions,
Yeah.
4 essay questions that you have to answer,
Yep.
and there is a word limit which is around
500
Yeah,
words,
500
I think.
words.
But yeah, you have to confirm because things might be like,
different for this year.
for this
so,
year. Yeah, so you have essays where, like we've talked about leadership a lot. You have to
Yeah.
prove to them that you're a leader.
Okay, so what are the essays about? Like, what are the 4 essays?
Leadership skills, networking skills, the choice of study, which university you chose, and also
And your
career plan.
plans, the
Yeah.
future career plans.
Yeah, what are you going to do post graduation?
Okay.
Because they don't just want to help people and then you go to be unemployed or
Okay.
not have any placement.
placement.
Not necessarily to say that everyone that is getting scholarship is going to be employed somewhere.
Okay.
But then you need to show that you're going to have placement.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah, they want someone who is able to network and connect with people.
Okay.
And networking is
Yeah,
it goes
it's the most
beyond
important
Yeah.
thing in today's world.
yeah, it goes beyond just making contacts, taking your number and leaving. It's about yeah,
keeping the network as well.
continuous
Yeah,
network and also benefit, a mutual benefit
Benefits,
between the
yeah.
people. So they also want to know how you're going to contribute to the network of the Chevening
Okay,
scholarship.
yeah, yeah.
How are you going to collaborate post the
Okay.
so the essays are quite
Important.
very important. Not
Coming back to the timelines, like this year's timeline, I think it is closing application date is
very close on the 1st of November.
Yeah, but so guys, like whoever wants to apply as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And don't worry about your documents. As she said, I think it can be presented later as well, right?
But you need to have like a list of the universities that you're going to
Yeah.
choose, and careful on that. There are universities that don't require the English proficiency. So if you feel like you won't be able to do the English tests, there are some people who had to stay back after they've been given the
Okay,
scholarship because they
scholarship.
didn't afford or they couldn't make it on time to
Okay.
write the English proficiency. So you
Okay.
can just check those universities for
Yeah.
different courses. You can just forego
Okay.
that. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, 1st November 2022 is the last date for this year's application form. So yeah, guys, apply as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And then coming to the rules and regulations, like
Post.
post the scholarship, is there any rules
Yep.
that you have to be followed?
Yeah. So if you get the scholarship, you don't have to stay in the UK. You have to go back home.
You cannot stay in the UK.
Yes,
Yeah.
and contribute in your community with the skills that you would have attained from here. That's why we have a career plan. So in the career plan, you present out your short term, your mid-term, and
And
long term plans to say this is
Okay.
what I'm going to do immediately, and then in the long run,
run.
I'll just be contributing this way. So
Okay.
you have to show that you're going to help your country and you're going back.
So you cannot apply for the graduate route visa if you are a Chevening scholar. You have to go back to your home country and work for 2 years.
2 years,
Yeah.
and you can come back
Yeah.
later if you wanna study further or you
Yeah.
wanna work. Then you can study after you serve for 2 years.
Okay.
But also you have to adhere by the code of conduct. Chevening has a code of conduct. You don't have to abuse other people. You have to act rightly, abide by
Basically,
the laws.
it's all about like you are like a role model to the world.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so-
And you have to present it very well. And
Present yourself like
be the
that.
leader that you said you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You cannot fake things up.
Yeah.
So after all the applications are done, I think next is the interview shortlisting.
Yes, and
So
the
can you
wait is
share
so
your-
long.
So can you share your experience about your
The wait was very
Very long.
long. They call it the trepidation because, oh my god, it's quite intense.
okay.
You wait,
Wait and
and they come in parts. The results come in parts. Like there will be a certain country getting the results, and then after
Okay.
of being shortlisted,
Did,
and then when you get shortlisted, now the real work starts. For me, I was in another country. I was still in Tanzania and not at home.
Okay.
So I was caught up in something that couldn't allow me to be there in person. So I had to like have a letter, fortification letter with my application letter, and I had to send it to them. And when they were convinced that indeed I cannot make it on time, I had it online.
Okay.
And it was one alumni. It was the person who was working with the FCDO.
Okay.
And then the High Commissioner.
Wow, great people.
But then they are very friendly, and you just need to know your facts. So for me, I did a lot of mock interviews with people from around the world. I didn't want to like just make mock interviews with people from my country only.
Yes, I think she's got a little advantage in that way, because I think in her country there are a lot of Chevening scholars, and like getting to know them, and if you know them, I think it's a good way to learn for the interview, right?
But don't limit yourself. Also, like we there's a Facebook group, a big Facebook group where like people just meet up, and you just have people from different professions linking up. So I linked up with people in health.
That's
then
good.
we were able to practice.
Networking started there.
We were able to practice, and then if you made it to the interviews, you've got it, like you already got the thing in you. So you just have to present it well.
That's nice. That's it, right?
Yeah, but then I think I can just give a few tips.
Yeah, sure.
On writing essays, you need to make sure that your grammar is correct.
Okay.
Yes, and you need to prove, like you need to show impact.
Okay.
They care about impact.
You should
Don't
make
just
an impact on like on your like how you write about yourself.
No, like you should prove that you're a person that contributes to your community. So you need to show impact, that this is how I do this, and you have to prove it by mentioning people if important or organizations. You give the place and the number. You show numbers when you say this is you prove it by statistical number. You need to go there, show them real numbers. And if you've helped people, say I've helped this many people. And even if you are projecting, you should show your projectory impact and say I believe this is going to help this many people. To make sure that you mention organizations, companies, and when you say that I'm going to work with international organizations, say which ones, how specific, and they should link exactly in line with your profession. Don't overlap and talk about.
And coming to the timeline, as we said earlier, 1st November 2022 is the last date for the application. And the interview dates, the timeline is quite outlined thoroughly on the website, but I think it's around mid-February to April. So during that time, you see like other countries have already done it earlier. I had mine on the earliest date. You did pretty early, right?
Yes, and I chose the first date I saw, and my country was actually one of the first countries to have the interviews.
Cool. So the interview dates are usually during the Feb and the May, and the results are announced June, July.
I got mine late, but my country, like we had interviews earlier, but then the results came later. Yes, it was so stressful.
So it's around June and July, so you can expect around that days.
And you get so happy when your name is Mr. Like,
I know, I can imagine. Okay, so any other tips that you want to share apart from how you write the essay and
endurance? You need to be able to endure the stress that comes. But then at the end, I don't
think it's stressful, because last weekend she had gone to London as part of the Chevening scholarship, and it is like funded by them. You don't have to pay anything on your own. So I don't see any stress.
No, the stress is with the application, but then the benefits when they come now, life is good. But when you apply, you're like,
that's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
Oh,
Thank you so much, Pablo, for doing this. Like, actually, we have been planning this from last week.
Yeah.
And we couldn't do this because of some like our classes and things. And thank you so
In
much,
London.
Pablo. Yeah, London. She had been to London for the weekend. And
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
So guys, like, I hope this video will be useful to many people who wants to apply for a scholarship in UK. So yeah, I think we'll wind it up. Thank you so much for watching the video, and see you in my next video.